so photogenic.
Made it. It has been a very busy day. So I'm finally in Brighton after the most stressful journey ever. Manila was lovely. I didn't really film much while I was there because it was really chill. I didn't really go anywhere or do anything. There wasn't much to see in Manila. If you're going to do the Philippines, then you need to travel to all the islands. You don't do Manila. Everyone I met there was like in transit, either going home or just starting the trip in the Philippines. No one spent more than like a night or two. So I was there for 4 nights. So mostly I just like slept. And I walked around a little bit, and it was nice. It was really hot, but yeah, the hostel I stayed in was lovely. But yeah, anyway, so I went to the airport to catch my flight, which was at 1. The Manilan airport was not very nice, but you know, I wasn't going to be there for long. So we got on our flight, which was supposed to be 14 hours direct to London. Got on the flight, and it was about 3 hours of sitting on this plane with no aircon, waiting to take off, and they were just sort of taxiing around just sort of like the main area, and they went to this little bay because apparently there was a problem with the cargo door, and so apparently they fixed it, and then we went to sort of take off, and then apparently it broke again, so they shuffled us all off the plane and said that they were going to put us up in a hotel overnight, and then put us on another plane at 1 o'clock the following day. And of course I'm freaking out in the airport trying to get in touch with everybody because Manila you only get an hour of free Wi-Fi and then that's it. So, you know, I'm spending, you know, I don't even know how much money on texting everyone to tell them where I am or how I'm going to get there and when I'm going to get there. Like, crap, I need to be back in London like as soon as possible. I have to get on my contiki. I booked like a hostel in London so that I could go to the meeting beforehand, and I was stressing out, so I went to the little office thinking that they were going to just turn me away. So I went into Philippine Airlines and I was like, look, I really need to go on a flight sooner. Is there any way that you could get me on? And they were like, yeah, of course, like we'll pop you on this one that's going on at 7, like it's got a stopover in Hong Kong, but you'll get to London at like 6 in the morning. So that's like, you know, about 12 hours after, no, about 8 to 10 hours after I was supposed to arrive, and I was like, okay, I mean, it's better than nothing. I can just sleep on the plane and then do everything that I was planning to do before my contiki. So I need to get my SIM card sorted out and my bank account sorted out and everything like that. So I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever, just put me on the plane. And so got on this flight, and they took an extra 2 hours to board. So the boarding was delayed, and then we sat in the plane for another hour before we actually took off and got to Hong Kong. It got to Hong Kong, and we'd missed our connecting flight to London, of course, because it had been so delayed. Oh man, it was so stressful. So we're standing at the desk and they're like, okay, well, you're just gonna have to stay in Hong Kong. We'll put you up in a hotel and we'll get you on a flight tomorrow at 11. So we were gonna get to London even later, and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna miss getting on my contiki, and I was just stressing out. So I stood at the counter and I just like looked this lady in the eye and I was like, ma'am, I need to be in London. Please get me on a flight. I'll do anything. And there was like a big group of us who had got the earlier flight and missed our connection. And so I'm like literally tears streaming down my face. Please, please, please get me on this flight. And at this point I'd like sort of made friends with this guy Jack, and they kind of sort of thought we were traveling together because we'd been like chatting and complaining about everything together. So they put me and him and this other girl who had a connecting flight to London on this plane to London that was leaving the next day at 12 instead of 11. So we were still going to get there super late, but I think it was like 25 hours after I was supposed to get there. So I'm missing a whole day and night in Brighton before my contiki. So I was like, whatever, I just need to get there. And so we were sent to this hotel in Hong Kong, which was amazing. It was beautiful. I had like a really nice long shower, and I was up spending time talking to Jack. So we slept for like 3 hours. And then we got on a bus back to Hong Kong, got on our flight, and we were actually flying with KLM Airlines, which is like a Dutch airline, and they were amazing. Great food, like we had like a TV as well, because they don't have that on the Philippine Airlines. So 12 hours from Hong Kong to Amsterdam, And then we were there for an hour, jumped on another KLM to London, and then I arrived at about 8:30, and these flights were like running not just on schedule but early, so definitely never fly Philippine Airlines. But it was, yeah, we finally got there, said goodbye to Jack, and met up with my auntie, and finally got to Brighton, had a curry and a nice long bath and a glass of wine, and then I was out like a light. Yeah, so I'm just repacking all my stuff, my contiki, because I go to my hostel tonight, and then we leave tomorrow at 6 in the morning and we go back to Amsterdam, which is ironic. But yeah, so I'm just going to be sorting out all my stuff today. But yeah, that was my horrible, horrible flight to London, but I made it eventually, and yeah, just gotta roll with the punches, I guess. But yeah, finally here, so yeah, I'll check in with you guys a bit later. Bye!